Hi everyone, welcome to the video. So to solve this problem, let's try to understand the problem statement first. So we'll be solving the problem of the day, LeetCode 3702, longest subsequence with non-zero bitwise OR. So we are given an integer array nums, and we have to return the length of the longest subsequence in the nums, the longest subsequence in this nums array, whose bitwise XOR is non-zero, which means XOR should be non-zero. If no such subsequence exists, then we have to return 0. If we don't get any subsequence, then we have to return the 0 in it.
You are given an integer array called nums. A subsequence is formed by picking in elements while keeping their original order. You are given calculate the bitwise XOR sum, a subsequence of all numbers in your chosen subsequence. The total XOR result of the chosen subsequence must be strictly greater than 0. The total XOR result return the length of the longest subsequence with a non-zero XOR. If no such subsequence exists, return 0.
So let's jump to the examples. So we are given this example. Example 1, nums is equal to 1, 2, 3. Output is coming as 2. Reason being the longest subsequence is 2, 3, whose output is coming as non-zero. That means 2 or 3 is equal to 1. That's why we have written 2 over here, because the length of 2, 3 is 2. Now example number 2, input nums is equal to 2, 3, 4. Here if we check, the longest subsequence is the whole array itself, 2, 3 and 4. If we do the bitwise XOR of 2, 3 and 4, we will get 5, which is non-zero. So we can return the length of the whole array at once. Let's try to solve this in our IDE. I have this public int over here, and now just let me go to the IDE directly. I will copy this nums is equal to 1, 3. So I have taken this 1, 2 and 3 over here, and I have already makes one function longest subsequence, and I'm passing nums over here. Initially I'm taking int n is equal to nums dot length, and yes. So let's try to take one variable. Let int total XOR is equal to 0. We will take its value as 0 initially. After that we will take one value, boolean. So we can make it like has non-zero. So we will keep it as value as true initially. Now we will parse our whole array. So for int x in nums, the length of whole array, the whole array at once, and we will calculate our XOR over here. So total XOR is equal to x. So each and every time loop is run, so XOR is calculated over here. If our x is greater than 0, that means the value which we are getting, so all 0 has non-zero, it becomes false. Because the value is greater than 0, then that means it's not a zeroth value. After this, in the end, what we can do, we will check if our total XOR is greater than 0, then we will return n, which is the length of the array. If that doesn't work, then we will check if it has non-zero, then we will return 0, because it's already been told in the problem itself that if the value is 0, then you can simply return the 0. Otherwise what we will do, we will return the n-1, which is the length of the array -1. So we will get a better understanding by running it on the debugger. So let me try to debug it. So initially we have 1, 2 and 3. Now n is the length, that means we have got the length as 3. Total XOR is equal to 0 initially, and our non-zero is equal to true. So first x initially should be 1. Okay, because first element is 1. Let's see total XOR. So now XOR is 1. So let me tell you the rule of XOR is rules of XOR. What are the rules of XOR? So we have to convert our value into the binary ones, and the XOR of 0 and 0 is equal to 0. The XOR of 0 and 1 will be 1. The XOR of 1 and 0 will always be 1, and XOR of 1 and 1 will also be 0. So that means the value are same, so it will be 0. If the values are different, then it's 1. Simple. You can easily remember this logic. Let's continue our debugging. So yeah, so here we can see our x is greater than 1, so non-zero is still true. Let's try to continue. Okay, I think I have made some changes, so I have to rerun it once. Let me just try to rerun it once. Okay, yeah, so let's continue. Has non-zero equal to false because x1 is greater than 1 is greater than 0. Now again the loop will run. Currently you can see total XOR is equal to 1. Now x value will be 2 because second element is 2. So now our XOR is 3 and 2 is greater than 0, then that means non-zero still false. Now next value will be 3, our last element, which is 3. So XOR of, currently total XOR is 3, so it becomes 0 now because of the value. Now our non-zero is false. Now here total XOR is 0, so definitely we can't return the whole length of the array. So the condition will not be satisfied, and it will return the n-1 length, which is 2. So we'll get the output as 2. We can take one more example to get the better understanding of this, which is 2, 3, 4, because it has all the elements. So let me just debug it. Initially boolean of non-zero is equal to 0, 2, total XOR 0, total XOR is now 2, and the value of x is 2, so non-zero is equal to false. Again total XOR is value becomes 1. Now non-zero is still false. Last value 4, non-zero still false. Total XOR is 5. 5 is greater than 0. We will return the length of whole array. So that's how we will get our output. Now let me just simply copy this and paste in our LeetCode. I am submitting the problem. So yeah, runtime is 2 milliseconds and memory wise it's also good. So yeah, please subscribe to the channel if you want to get the more solution. Thank you.